All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys are having a good Friday going into Saturday. And I'm excited because right now we're out here in Siesta Key, hanging out at the beach. And so I'm making this quick video. It's going to be a really fast one for you guys because a lot of people have been talking about XRP being used globally, not just in the United States, but globally too, for international payments across all banks, financial institutions. And what's happening right now this year, 2024, is just the tip of the iceberg. And a lot of people that have been watching our videos over the past few years, have been impatient. And I read the comments and I do my best to get back to each and every one of you guys. And it is frustrating to have to hold something for years to watch it appreciate when you see a dog coin, a cat coin, any type of coin going and making ridiculous gains. But if you've been around the crypto market for a while, you should be in some profits in these markets, unless you're only holding XRP. And if you're only holding XRP, you haven't been watching the other videos on this channel talking about a diversification strategy. Now, obviously you understand that I'm not a financial advisor. I don't claim to be one. You should consult your financial advisor because I'm just a crypto degenerate making these videos to help you guys make as much money as possible. So you should consult someone who's actually qualified in the professional space to give you advice on what to do with your money, because crypto, you should understand, and you obviously understand by watching this video to this point, that it's very risky. You'll most likely lose all your money in these markets. So with that disclaimer out the way, these videos are for educational purposes only. Let's dive right in. Let's talk about what's happening in the markets today, because I'm going to get into what's about to happen with the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England. We're also going to be talking about Ethereum. We're getting into some quick news with you guys about credit card debt. We're talking about the charts for Bitcoin, Bitcoin's dominance. We just got a lot of cool stuff to talk about of what's coming, because this summer is heating up to be absolutely incredible. So get your drinking a little water right here before we go out and watch the sunset. Cheers, and comment 777 if you're feeling blessed, if you're feeling bullish, and if you're gonna become the first millionaire in your family tree. You know what to do. Grab your putter and just take the like button, tap it in, give it a tippity tapperoo, sink the putt. You know who we're doing it for. We're doing it for grandma, because we're gonna beat the SEC and we're buying her house back with XRP. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So let's dive right in. With Ethereum sitting at $3,600, what's happening right now? It's cool how CoinMarketCap has these updates right here. I show you when they take place. So Ethereum surges above 3K amidst, what does this say right here? Amidst the court ruling. So the court ruling emphasized that Ethereum operates as a decentralized blockchain without the need for a trusted intermediary, boosting confidence among Ethereum investors. And so what happened there was the odds of Ethereum ETF approval increased to 75%. And actually, this week has seen some of the biggest momentum in the crypto space, with the Ethereum ETF passing and bipartisan support on crypto legislation. So Brad Garlinghouse is saying that feels like hell is frozen over, because Democrats have completely shifted their stance. And as I said in previous videos, they're doing this to get Joe Biden reelected. So they're pumping the markets, and you guys have to see through the lines here and understand that this is not, a game of them wanting to do what's right for others. It's them wanting to get reelected. And so politics and business are closely correlated together, even though I like to talk about, you taking control of your own financial future and not relying on politicians. But we need to talk about what's happening not only in politics, but with banks too, because the big bankers like Standard Chartered, who's a Ripple partner, is telling you the time is now for XRP to rise from the ashes. Listen to this.
I do think that there's a role in the world for a well-regulated, well-run cryptocurrency market. There's a much more interesting, from my perspective, role in the world for a digital assets marketplace. And the difference between the two, of course, is cryptocurrencies are not fiat currencies. They're not controlled by central bankers or issued by governments, and the value is a function of what people are prepared to pay for it, not what's the fundamental value of Bitcoin. Who knows? Even with gold, we can say, what's the fundamental value of gold? And ultimately, at some point, it's going to end up on your ring or on your finger or on your ear in some markets. But Bitcoin is not going to end up hung around your neck anytime soon, I don't think. So I have no idea where the price of Bitcoin is going to go. I think there's a group of investors who think that cryptocurrencies have an interesting place in an investment portfolio. There's another group of speculators who like to speculate on anything that moves around a lot in price. that's okay as long as it's done in an appropriate way. And the infrastructure implosion that you mentioned with FTX implosion, people going to jail, etc., are indications of market failures or regulation failures or legislation failures, bad behavior that don't detract from whatever the underlying value of a cryptocurrency is. I'm not too focused on that, to be honest. Importantly, the infrastructure to support cryptocurrencies is the same as the infrastructure to support the whole other range of, let's call it, much more obviously societally useful digital assets. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's not societally useful. It's quite controversial whether it is or not. I don't much care. And I think anybody that's buying or selling should have responsibilities to buy and sell responsibly, and we should have the mechanisms to make sure that they comply with the law.
Now, a lot of the clues here are not direct clues. They're very indirect clues, and they drip these to you, and we drip these to you so you guys can line everything up and understand things, because Standard Chartered also says that XRP and Solana ETFs could launch in 2025. And so for other coins, other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, Solana and XRP being next, the market will look ahead to their eventual ETF status, albeit it's likely the 2025 story, not this year, said Kendrick, the head of EMFX research over at Standard Chartered Bank. Now, as you guys obviously know, because you've been watching this channel for a while, if you haven't been watching this channel for a while and you're brand new, consider subscribing, because we provide a lot of jam-packed value in this so you can understand what's going on in these markets. But this lady currently works for the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of England. She says that CBDCs will be introduced, regulated cryptocurrencies will coexist in an interoperable future. So for those of you guys wondering, will crypto be replaced in the future with these CBDCs, central banking digital currencies, to monitor and track all of your payments based on what the Bank for International Settlements is saying, the IMF, the World Bank? Where does crypto play a role in this? Well, the key word is interoperable, okay? There's gonna be a purge of assets that have no value at some point, and like Brad Garlinghouse says, 99% of the whole industry is gonna go away, because we have no need right now for 2.4 million cryptos on coinmarketcap.com. That's way too many. Now, obviously, it's, you guys are having fun trading a lot of these projects, but when that purge happens, there's only going to be a few remaining, and XRP is for sure one of those projects that you need to keep on your radar.
Thank you. I think it's essential to say that when we talk about digital assets, we also talk about central bank digital currencies that will be introduced. And looking at the MiCA regulations introduction last year by the European Commission was really refreshing, because obviously having cryptocurrencies regulated will also ensure that there is a larger adoption of other assets and understanding by the end user. In the end of the day, we all need to protect end user, whether it's central bank digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, or stable coins. Nevertheless, the digital euro policy, which was published by the European Commission also in June 2023, which is quite similar with the MiCA introduction, will impact all the payment services providers. So if your clients will be able to withdraw money in fiat currency and euro currency, they will also need to get compliant with digital euro policy and PSD2. So I think this is really essential for crypto companies also prepared for the future, for multi-digital assets future, when we'll have interoperability between different types of assets, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, cryptocurrencies which are regulated, so actually getting rid of all those cryptocurrencies that actually made crypto so unpopular over the last 12 months, as well as regulated stable coins. And the regulatory prohibiting assets future, when we'll have interoperability between different types of assets, wholesale CBDCs, retail CBDCs, cryptocurrencies which are regulated, so actually getting rid of all those cryptocurrencies that actually made crypto so unpopular over the last 12 months, as well as regulated stable coins. And
now, did you guys notice who's sitting on the stage with her? Okay, so Ripple has these big partners that is all leading back to XRP being adopted long term. Now, the price action of XRP is being suppressed. Everybody knows that. I mean, we don't even need to debate that. They're suppressing it, and they're waiting for the moment. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, but they can't stay suppressed forever. These OTC deals and these NDAs. It's going to be fun to see these get disclosed in 2025. When everyone and all these big bankers and financial institutions really start talking about what's taking place. But why is the shift happening right now into the crypto space? Okay, that's what we got to understand. And how can you make the most amount of money? I'll teach you guys that towards the end of this video. But the reason why this shift is taking place is because smart Americans like you And even if you're in another country, shout out to the international viewers, but everyone understands that fiat currencies, the US dollar, is the global reserve currency. And every country's currency, kind of revolves around the dollar. If the dollar goes down in value, so does every other country's currency. And so the dollar's been going down in spending power due to what the Federal Reserve has been doing, monetary print orders, due to just unlimited printing. We can get into the intricate economics, but in this short video, inflation, right? So total US credit card balances, it took 18 years to add $350 billion, but less than 3 years to add another $350 billion. So this is completely unsustainable, because the moment that credit cards even came out, and people stopped, spending on debit cards or just cash in general, they started racking up debt. And because the spending power of the dollar goes down, your real wages, yeah, sure, your dollar amount in wages might go up, but it's not relative to the dollar going down. So it's not, your wages aren't increasing at a rapid pace compared to the dollar going down. So that's why when you go to the grocery store and you wonder why you don't have that much money in your bank account anymore, it's simple economics, right? So there, you can't have a economy thrive on something that has no max supply. And because the dollar has no max supply, unlike Bitcoin or XRP, you look at Bitcoin with 21 million, there's a max supply on it. So there's only 21 million that will ever be mined. There's only 100 billion XRP, and 100 billion might seem like a lot, but it's really not that much compared to the national debt of $34 trillion. In a previous video, I talked about 1 billion versus a trillion, and I think a billion goes back like 30 something years in seconds, if you were to count back in seconds, whereas a trillion seconds goes back to like 30,000 BC. In 30,000 BC, I think we were still like hunting, buffaloes and trying to figure out fire and all that, how to control fire and all that stuff. So a billion versus a trillion, big difference there. Now, when we look at Bitcoin, we're talking about 21 million. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you guys can see Bitcoin's price chart on the daily. On the right-hand side of this chart, you can see Bitcoin's price chart back in 2020. So where we are, and then also the MACD, moving average convergence divergence. So where we are, in my opinion, which I could be wrong, but based on where we were back in October of 2020, when we saw this, bullish cross back here in September, the MACD started trading in positive territory. The bulls started taking over. We were out from the low of September 2020 of $9,800, breaking out from COVID. So we'd see a breakout, correction, consolidation, and then another breakout. And so the breakout took from the high of, it looks like August of 2020, 65 days. And so if we were to measure from the high of March of 2020, we're about 73 days in. So we're very, very close. If crypto breaks out, which we weigh the game on probabilities, right? I'm not a Nostradamus. I don't claim to have all the answers here, and I could be completely wrong. So watch this video at your own discretion and only invest what you can afford to lose, obviously. But if we look at the chart here in comparison and you look at the MACD, we saw a bullish cross take place all the way back here in March. It looked like the MACD line went back below the signal line for a little bit. It tried to, but it's now above it since the 13th of May. We're breaking out. We're holding this zone as support roughly at around $66,300-ish. And so right where we were from this period right here, back from October 12th until October 20th. So for about 8 days, we consolidated before we broke out. So we're only 4 days into this. Over the next 4 days, we could see some massive price action to the upside for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin starts trading upwards of $72,500, holds it as support and breaks the high, the next move for Bitcoin is going to be a big one. We're going to be breaching 80K and going to $90,000 here relatively soon. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when we look at the chart to the right-hand side of the screen, guys, look what happened when Bitcoin broke $11,000. It just marched up, consolidated for a little bit, marched up, and then the next big correction down was $40,000. So if we were to double from right here, that'd be $120,000. Now, I do believe there will be a psychological resistance for Bitcoin at 100K, and so that's a level to watch for. And what would determine where you're going to make money? Because if you buy Bitcoin right now, which honestly, it's a safe play, but you're not going to make generational wealth. For Bitcoin to double, you 2x, like you only have $1,000 or 10 grand. Like let's say you have a little more money and you have $10 million to put in the market, or $1 million, and like in investing, you're crawling with 100K to $1 million. You're walking with 1 million to 10 million, and then you're running with 10 million or more. And so you just have to think much bigger in terms of how much money's out there, because for Bitcoin to double, it would need another $1 trillion to come into Bitcoin. But for something like XRP, it would only need 30 billion. Now, even for lower caps too, that are around 10 million, $100 million that we'll share with you guys. And when you subscribe to bullrunners.com, you plug into our Telegram group, some low cap gems that, you know, have that 100x potential. And we also are coming out with our book here soon. You guys are going to absolutely love it. It's called Altcoin Secrets, and you know, our crypto education platform too, to be able to educate yourself on a consistent basis in these markets, so you can become a pro while you watch these videos for just constant news and updates. So when we look at Bitcoin's dominance, this is the next thing that we need to look at. Now, Bitcoin's dominance is at 54%, and if we look in the past when Bitcoin fell off a shelf in terms of dominance, all the money was rotating into other altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, XRP, you know, back in the olden days, you know, back in like 2017, not too long ago, but it was rolling into Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Monero, like all those old school coins that are now dinosaur coins. And you're going to see a rotation in newer projects, you know, this bull run, you know, like Ondo, Caspa. We're going to see, you know, some of the OGs stay around long term, and XRP will be one of those. And so Coinbase has made XRP available for trading again in New York. Now, Paul Grewal just posted this, and as you guys know, Coinbase has been very, very strict for crypto in New York, and a lot of people in New York can attest to this in the comments below. Like, drop a comment, and if someone's from New York, let everyone know how tough it was for you guys over the past few years to even buy crypto. I think they had it banned in your area for Coinbase at one point, you know, whereas I'm in Florida, and Florida's been pretty favorable. So a lot of New Yorkers are coming down to Florida, you know, and a lot of people from California are coming out here and buying in cash because of taxes too, because there's no state tax out here. Now, when we look at XRP to the Bitcoin price chart and compare this to Bitcoin's market cap dominance, and you see these circled points right here on February of 2017, when Bitcoin's dominance dropped from 95% all the way down to 30%, like 35%. And then when Bitcoin's dominance dropped from 73% all the way down to 49% right around here. And we look at XRPs to Bitcoin's price chart, what happened? Where'd that money flow to? It flowed to XRP. You can see XRP to Bitcoin price chart was all the way down here. And then XRP drastically outperformed Bitcoin back in March of 2017. Also, the chart was down here for XRP to Bitcoin. The dominance was up here. When dominance dropped, XRP took off. Guys, the same thing's going to happen. Now, like I say, I could be wrong, but hey, if it's happened multiple times in the past, it's most likely going to happen again. So Bitcoin's dominance could trend higher, and I would expect it to, going closer to 100K, 150K. But when Bitcoin's dominance rolls around, you're going to see XRP, the Bitcoin price chart, bottom out at one of these supports right here, and it's going to reverse off of this and trade to the upside. And then every single person, you can mark my words here, every single person who is on Twitter doubting XRP is going to completely shift their stance, and they're going to start making, you know, clout-based posts, engagement farming posts saying I was wrong about XRP, and now XRP is the best cryptocurrency in the space. The only reason why the masses are doubting XRP right now is because they're sheep. And 99% of people are sheep in general, right? You're a wolf watching this video because you do what the opposite of the masses are doing, because you understand that, you know, 1% of the population owns 99% of the wealth because they're wolves. They understand what the sheep do. They understand how the sheep move, or you're a shepherd dog and you know how to herd the sheep, all right? And so XRP right now is underperforming, so the 99% in the crypto space are like, oh, it's a crap project, it's junk, because it's underperforming in terms of price action. But they're not looking behind the scenes at all the partnerships. They're not looking at the chart in terms of XRP to Bitcoin. They're not comparing it to Bitcoin's dominance. They're not doing the digging. They're not doing the research like we're doing here on this channel. And, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, he posted this. He said, for whatever reasons, I've been hanging onto this one for a while. Probably it's his favorite from the XRP community, and it says, laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. Now, I'm curious on your guys' thoughts on this. Do you hold XRP? You know, I've seen a lot of nasty comments in regards to it, and it reminds me of the people that get so down when their favorite sports team loses the game, and their whole week or their whole month is affected. And those are people who haven't mastered their emotional intelligence, and their emotions revolve around external factors outside of other stuff. It's the same people in investing where their, you know, emotional intelligence is not based on internal happiness. It's based on external factors like their portfolio going up. And if their portfolio doesn't go up, then they're like, this is crap, this is junk. And then they just start like letting their unconscious limiting beliefs start coming out loud, right? And start talking out loud, when in reality, they just need to look at the facts. And what are the facts? Well, the facts are we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank. We're grabbing the bags, packing them, stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation, blockchain tech, distributed ledger technology. Cryptocurrencies are going up in value. I've been saying this in every single video for a long time, guys, for years, and it's proven to be the truth because you can look at the whole entire market. So together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon and also beaches out here in Siesta Key. So I will see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish. So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree with crypto and you want to get early access to our underground guidebook to become a crypto millionaire when it's released, then all you need to do right now is go to bullrunners.com and you're going to get exclusive early access to alerts on explosive altcoins with timely notifications about high potential projects before they hit the mainstream market. You're also going to get access to daily market analysis videos where you can watch daily videos like this to stay up to date on the latest trends and updates in the cryptocurrency market. And you're also going to receive pro trading strategies and tools for you to access proven trading tips and institutional grade indicators to refine your trading strategy. So don't miss out on the launch of our new underground guidebook called Altcoin Secrets that's going to help you discover the next 100x altcoin. All you need to do to get early access is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll be instantly subscribed for the early bird list when it's released. We know you're going to love it.